Does anyone truly understand ADHD? What if it's not what you imagined, and you could actually change how you deal with it? Welcome to Shift's Perspective, the show where we rethink how we understand the mind. Today, we're talking ADHD, challenging what most people think they know, and looking at how it actually shows up in everyday life. In this episode, we're exploring social cognition, the instinctive ability to pick up on behavior, intentions, and social cues, and how ADHD can shape that process. I'm Mr. MINDSHIFT, but just like everyone else, you can call me Shift. Back with me are Cassandra, diagnosed with ADHD at 30, and Joe, whose 20-year-old son was diagnosed at 12. I want to start by giving you a clearer sense of what social cognition actually is. It's more than just reading people. It's a network of connected abilities that help us understand behavior, intentions, and reactions in real time. Social cognition can be broken down into 5 key subskills, each playing a different role in how we navigate the social world. To make it more concrete, let me show you what it looks like on the screen behind me. We'll break it down visually, and then I'll walk you through what all this can mean for people living with ADHD. The first area is understanding social rules, knowing how to behave in different settings, like what's expected in a doctor's waiting room, on public transport, in a grocery store line, or at a dinner party. These are unwritten rules, but most people just get them. Next is situational awareness, figuring out what's appropriate to say or do in a specific context, like knowing when to speak up in a meeting, or realizing that a joke might not land in a serious conversation. The third area is emotional awareness, being able to notice and describe your own feelings, not just good or bad, but frustrated, overwhelmed, or left out. This helps you respond instead of just reacting. Then we have verbal and nonverbal interpretation, understanding not just what people say, but how they say it. It's reading facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, even picking up on irony or hidden meaning. And finally, theory of mind. That's the ability to imagine what someone else might be thinking or feeling. It means recognizing that other people have beliefs, motives, and emotions that might be different from your own. Together, these 5 areas help us navigate the social world. And when even one of them is off, social interaction can get a whole lot harder. Before we dive deeper into how social cognition affects people with ADHD in general, I'd love to pause for a moment. Cassandra, how do you experience that third area, recognizing and making sense of your own emotions? Are you able to notice what you're feeling and put words to your inner state?
Honestly, that's always been one of the hardest parts for me. I often feel things really intensely, but I don't always know what I'm feeling or why I'm feeling it. Sometimes it's like this wave hits me, and I can't separate if it's anger, sadness, or just overwhelm. It all blends together. And then when someone asks, "What's going on?" I don't even know where to start. It's only hours later, or even the next day, that I can look back and think, oh, that's what that was.
Thanks for sharing that, Cassandra. And you're definitely not alone in that experience. Many people with ADHD find it hard to recognize the subtle shades of their emotions. They might be able to say, "I'm happy" or "I'm angry," but struggle with the space in between, like frustration, disappointment, or tension. Another thing that often shows up is emotional contagion, where you absorb the mood in a room, without knowing exactly where the feeling started. It can hit fast and hard, without warning. Is that something you recognize as well?
Yeah, I really recognize that. It happens to me all the time. Like, I can be at home having a really great day. Everything just feels calm and good. And then my husband comes home from work, and he's just tired, low energy, maybe a bit distant. He's not upset at me, but the shift in his mood hits me so hard. Within minutes, my whole state changes. I suddenly feel tense, irritable, even sad. It's like my system absorbs it before I can even think about it. And it takes a while before I realize that I didn't actually feel that way to begin with.
That makes a lot of sense, and it's something we see quite often in people with ADHD. Emotional contagion can feel overwhelming because it hits fast and without warning. One helpful step is becoming aware of it, recognizing when the mood you're feeling might actually belong to someone else. And it can help to share this with people close to you. Knowing you're sensitive to this means they can support you differently. For example, if they notice your mood shifting, they can gently say, "This might not be yours, maybe it's that emotional echo again." As we've explored, social cognition is all about the mental processes that help us navigate social life instinctively and effectively. And while many people with ADHD have wide social circles and often bring a lot of energy to social situations, they can still face real challenges beneath the surface. If you take a look at the screen behind me, I'll walk you through what some of those challenges can look like. People with ADHD may find it difficult to adjust their behavior in relation to others, sometimes saying or doing things that don't quite fit the situation. They may also struggle to maintain friendships over time, not because they don't care, but because keeping up social bonds consistently can be demanding. Conflicts can arise more easily, especially when it's hard to regulate emotions or manage internal states in the moment. Socializing can be intense, and even fun experiences might lead to overload, leaving them drained or shutting down afterward. And when it comes to judging other people's intentions, some may find it hard to spot red flags, putting them at risk of being taken advantage of or pulled into negative environments. Now that we've gone through some of the challenges people with ADHD can face when it comes to social cognition, I'm curious, Joe, what's going through your mind? Are these difficulties something you recognize in your son?
Like I mentioned earlier, he's definitely struggled with reading other people's intentions. That's been part of what led him down some rough paths, getting mixed up in things like crime and substance use. He's also never done well with big family gatherings. He's always asked not to come along, says they wear him out completely. And honestly, we've seen it too. Those settings seem to drain him more than anything else. But he's lucky to have a few old friends who really know him, and they kind of carry the weight in the friendship. I think that's what helps him stay connected. New relationships just take more out of him, maybe because people don't yet understand how he thinks or reacts.
Thanks for sharing that, Joe. It really highlights how social challenges can show up in ways that aren't always obvious from the outside. And it's powerful to hear how much those long-term friendships mean and how they help him stay grounded, even when new situations feel tough. It sounds like he's found his own kind of balance with people who truly get him. That's all we've got time for in this episode. But if you're curious about your own social cognition, you'll find a link in the description with questions to help you reflect on each area. Helpful strategies? Learn more about social rules and expectations. Practice listening before acting. If you're unsure about a social event, gather info so you know what's expected. Use the 10 H's linked below. And if social time wears you out, make space for breaks and solitude. And if ADHD is part of your life, talk about it. Sharing these videos is a great place to start. What if understanding ADHD wasn't about labels, but about unlocking potential? In our next episode, we're exploring communication, how we send messages, receive them, and what that process means for people with ADHD. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to explore this on a more personal level, join the Free Shifts Perspective Forum. The link is below. And for those of you who want to go deeper, you'll also find worksheets, tools, and extra content in the description. Hope to see you again.